everyone. I'm still here at the Hendersonville Memory Gardens in Hendersonville, Tennessee. This is my second video from this rather large cemetery where a number of country music personalities are buried. In my first video, I stopped at the mausoleum and visited the final resting place of Grand Ole Opry stars Charlie Walker and Johnny Russell, along with singer-actor Sheb Wooley. In this video, I'm going to leave the mausoleum and walk down this path to the most visited grave in this cemetery. In the short time that I've been here, several people have made their way up and walked down this pathway to pay their respects to the man in black, Johnny Cash, and his wife, June Carter Cash. Johnny Cash was born on February 26, 1932 in Kingsland, Arkansas. In 1935, his family moved to a farm in Dias, Arkansas, which was prone to flooding. During his youth, the farm flooded several times, which later led him to write his hit song, 5 Feet High and Rising. Johnny's mother taught him to play the guitar, and his early memories was dominated by church and gospel music. Johnny served in the Air Force from 1950 to 1954, and after leaving the military, he moved to Memphis, where his Hall of Fame career really began. While in Memphis, he met Sam Phillips, the founder of Sun Records, and in 1955 recorded Hey Porter and Cry, Cry, Cry for the Sun label. These recordings launched a career that would span more than 40 years. As his career took off, Johnny began performing concerts at prisons. I remember during one interview he joked that his prison concerts were so successful because he had a captive audience. Johnny's 1968 performance live at San Quentin and his 1969 Live from Folsom Prison were two of his most popular and best-selling albums. Johnny would begin each concert by simply walking out on stage and introducing himself by saying, "Hello, I'm Johnny Cash." This simple phrase, along with his all-black attire, would be his trademark for more than 40 years. Johnny developed a friendship with Chris Christopherson, Waylon Jennings, and Willie Nelson. The group began touring together and became known as the Highwaymen. Between 1985 and 1995, the Highwaymen recorded a number of albums and pioneered the outlaw brand of country music. During his Hall of Fame career, the Man in Black would record such hits as The Ring of Fire, Folsom Prison Blues, I Walk the Line, and his patriotic hit, That Ragged Old Flag. He was one of the best-selling artists of all times, selling more than 90 million records worldwide, and is one of the few artists that are in the rock and roll, gospel music, and country music Hall of Fames. Johnny first met June Carter when she was performing with her mother and sisters on the Grand Ole Opry. June was a member of the Carter family. Sara, A.P., and June's mother Maybelle formed the original Carter family, who was one of the pioneers of country music. The Carter family performed on the famed 1927 Bristol Sessions, which also featured the Stonemans and Jimmy Rogers. I visited the graves of Sara and A.P. Carter in Macy Springs, Virginia in an earlier video, and I'll put a link to that in the description below. The original Carter family stopped recording together in 1943, and Mabel began performing as Mother Maybelle and the Carter Sisters, which featured her daughters June, Helen, and Anita. In the mid-1950s, Mother Maybelle and the Carter Sisters were performing on the Grand Ole Opry. It was during one of these performances that June first met Johnny Cash. The two were attracted to each other, but June was married to a man named Edwin Nix, and at the time, Any serious relationship with Johnny was pretty much out of the question. June and Edwin divorced in 1966, and 2 years later, on March 1st, 1968, Johnny Cash and June Carter were married. Johnny and June recorded together, toured together, and more importantly, stood by each other during the good times and the bad. Johnny's drug and alcohol abuse has been well documented, and later in life he said a number of times that June saved his life and helped him get sober. In one interview, he reflected on how lucky he was to share my life with the greatest woman I ever met. Johnny and June was married for 35 years. Only death could separate them. But then, only for a few months. June Carter Cash passed away on May 15, 2003, at the age of 73 from complications of heart surgery. Johnny Cash followed just 4 months later, on September 12, 2003. The Man in Black was also 73 years old. There are several family members resting in the immediate area around Johnny and June's graves. Here is Rosanna Lee Nix Adams, who was June's daughter by her first husband. She was also a country and bluegrass entertainer, appearing on several albums with her mother and stepfather, Johnny Cash. She also recorded with her husband, bluegrass performer Philip Adams. Rosanna was only 45 years old when she and fiddle player Jimmy Campbell were found dead on their tour bus on October 24, 2003. The official cause of death was carbon monoxide poisoning. Next to Rosanna are the graves of father and son duo Dale and Joe Maphis. Joe was one of Nashville's flashiest musicians. He was nicknamed the King of Strings for playing his unique double-neck guitar. He is best known for his hit, Dim Lights, Thick Smoke, and Loud, Loud Music. Joe died at the age of 65 on June 27, 1986, and one of his double-neck guitars is featured on his grave marker. Next to Joe is his son Dale, who was a country music entertainer in his own right, and often performed with his father. Directly behind the grave of Dale and Joe Maphis is the grave of June's younger sister, Anita. Like June, Anita was born in Macy Springs, Virginia, and grew up as part of the original Carter family. Later, Anita was part of Mother Maybelle and the Carter sisters, and in 1962, she recorded Ring of Fire that was written by June and Merle Kilgore. The song failed, but Johnny Cash liked it so much, he re-recorded it, adding horns to his version. It became one of Johnny Cash's biggest hits. During her career, Anita recorded with such stars as Waylon Jennings, Hank Williams, Hank Snow, and of course, Johnny and June Carter Cash. Anita passed away on July 29, 1999, a year after her sister Helen, and 4 years before June passed away. Anita Carter was 66 years old. Resting immediately to the right of Anita are her and June's parents, Ezra and Mother Maybelle Carter. Mother Maybelle Carter was one of the founding members of the original Carter family, who were one of the early pioneers of country music. She was born on May 10, 1909 in Nicholsville, Virginia, and in 1926 she married Ezra Carter, and the couple had 3 daughters, June, Anita, and Helen. Maybelle was a talented musician. playing the guitar, banjo, and auto harp. Over the years, she and the Carter family, which later included her 3 daughters, recorded such hits as Will the Circle Be Unbroken, The Wildwood Flower, and Keep on the Sunny Side. Mother Maybelle was known as the First Lady of country music and was a regular member of the Grand Ole Opry. In 1970, Mother Maybelle, Sara and A. Carter, the original members of the Carter family, were inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. While Mabel, Sara, and A.P. were the faces of the Carter family, Ezra, who was A.P.'s brother, worked behind the scenes as their manager. In 1927, Ezra drove Mabel, Sara, and A.P. to Bristol, where they participated in the Bristol Sessions, where the Appalachian style of country music was recorded for the very first time. Ezra Carter passed away at the age of 76 on January the 22nd, 1975. Mother Maybelle passed away 3 years later at the age of 69 on October 23rd, 1978. If you walk just a few steps down the path past the graves of Johnny and June, you come to the grave of Singer Songwriter Merle Kilgore. Merle Kilgore was born in Chickasaw, Oklahoma on August the 9th, 1934. Although he was born in Oklahoma, he was raised in Shreveport, Louisiana, where he began his career as a disc jockey and playing guitar at local events. His big break came when he began playing on the Louisiana Hayride. It was there that he met Hank Williams. His relationship with the Williams family would last more than 50 years. Merle enjoyed a successful career in country music as a singer, songwriter, and manager. He, along with June Carter, wrote the song Ring of Fire, which was one of Johnny Cash's greatest hits. In 1960, he toured with Johnny, and the two became close friends. In fact, Merle was the best man when Johnny married June Carter in 1968. Merle was also close friends with Hank Williams Jr. In fact, in 1986, he was named Executive Vice President of Hank Williams Jr. Enterprises and served as Hank Jr.'s personal manager for almost 20 years. Over the years, Merle became known as a songwriter, penning more than 20 country hits, including Wolverton Mountain, Johnny Reb, and of course, Ring of Fire. In 1968, he was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Merle was a lifelong smoker and suffered from lung cancer. In 2005, he traveled to Mexico to undergo experimental treatment for the cancer. While there, he suffered a heart attack and died at the age of 70 on February 6, 2005. Well, this is where I'm going to end this video. If you have a favorite memory of Johnny and June Carter Cash, the Carter family, or any of the people that we visited today, please leave me a comment. I always enjoy your personal stories. If you've enjoyed this video, how about giving me a thumbs up? There's still more to come from Hendersonville Memory Gardens, so I hope you'll ring that bell and subscribe so you'll know when I post future videos. So, until next time, please remember, life's a journey. Take time and enjoy it. And I'll see you down the road. So long, everyone.